It was always my dream to become a professional footballer.
I think he was 8 when he got scouted by Reading, and he was in the Reading academy system right up until the accident.
And then it all changed overnight. Don't spin it, Dawn.
Just try to ignore the huge camera that you've got there.
What's this?
That's the microphone.
Hello?
I'm Harvey Greenaway. I'm 19 years old. So I was in a bad car accident and I was in a coma for a couple of months.
So Harvey unfortunately got a traumatic brain injury caused by the accident, and he had to have a craniectomy, which is a big part of his skull, removed.
He was in intensive care for a couple of months in a high dependency unit. He then went to intensive rehabilitation centre where he lived in.
So the doctors just thought that, that I'd never walk again, I'd never talk again, just thinking the worst.
Ironically, when Harvey was locked in his body, the first signs we saw was holding football cards, because he was so football mad, and you could see his eyes were finally following something. So, as always with Harvey, football was the thing that got him to that point and has kept him going.
My recovery was, difficult, very difficult, very tiring, very long. A lot of effort was used, obviously, to do the simple things like walking, like talking, like eating.
We actually took him into the car park of the hospital, and we actually, on his frame, and put a ball by his feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, that was when I kind of wanted to defy what anyone was telling us. So I kind of thought, he may not be the way he was, but Harvey's going to play football. He's going to do it.
That was good.
My name is Max. I am 26 years old, and the disability that I've got, it doesn't really have a label as such, because it's not a common disability. It came from a very difficult birth, actually, and when I was born, I then suffered quite a bit of damage to my brain. It wasn't up until I was about 4 years old where I was diagnosed with a speech and language disability. It's not something that affects me physically. It only really affects my speed of thought.
I can get the plate.
I'm Chris Basu. My children are Jani and Tino. Jani's has a diagnosis of autism and ADHD. He also has CDC, which is a coordination disability. So doing something like we do with Chelsea Foundation is just fantastic.
I've been playing football for Chelsea 2 years. It's just a really, really nice community when you get to help each other sort of grow and learn.
Jani isn't at a level where he needs to go to a specialist school, so he's still in mainstream. But when we go to the foundation, he's able to play and enjoy himself, which is absolutely fantastic. The confidence that Jani has now is tremendous.
So this is our Pan Disability Programme. We work across a variety of age groups, under 8s up to adults who take part in competitive leagues. All abilities, all disabilities are welcome to join it, and they'll take part in different sessions based on their ability and what their needs are. We
were able to enrol Tino in what was then the under 8s with his ADHD. He's just hyperactive all the time. And especially now, he's like a caged tiger at home. So being able to go out and for him to run around is fantastic.
We play against each other, and I kind of like scoring in goals.
This Chelsea cerebral palsy football I go to every Friday is unbelievable. It's hard for me to really take in you know, that I can still play football, and not only play football, but play football for the team that I support.
Now everyone get around in a circle. Just going to do our quads. Okay, change.
I remember my first session I was there, just everyone was just so supportive of one another.
You play with people with the same disability as me or similar disability, and
I think that just made each player just more considerate of each other.
I'm loving life.
With the lockdown, when there've been no like mainstream football, no recreation football, it brings everyone a bit of joy to the times that are going on at the moment. So seeing them turn up and enjoying their football is massive for us. Like just to see them all happy and playing a bit of sport through these horrible times.
I can confidently say that it is the highlight of my entire lockdown.
It gives a purpose. It's been his lifeline, isn't it? It's
It
our
has.
lifeline as well.
No, it has.
It's positive, his mental attitude is better with it.
Obviously, still having that available to go to every Friday night is like kind of keeping me going.
So the Friday night session is very competitive. The adults are some of our Premiership level players that will take part in fixtures and go on international tournaments with us to take part against European clubs.
Depending on how the group is, we'll set up a session. It'll just start with a bit of movement, and then we'll go into like a drill and then into a game at the end, where it gets very, very competitive, very good.
I've been very fortunate enough to have represented the Chelsea Foundation on a number of occasions. I would not have imagined doing that in a million years. In Zurich, on the day of the tournament, it just so happened to be my birthday, so all the coaches and like all the players that were part of the trip actually gave me the armband, so I could captain the team in a European competition. We ended up getting to the final against Benfica. We didn't actually have a standout goalkeeper, so then I volunteered to then go in goal, scoring 2 goals from my own halfway line, and we ended up winning the game 5-1. That is obviously something that I will never ever forget.
Welcome to my crib. Football is my life, as I say, and the whole team in the 2019 season signed it. But if you see most of them, like top goal scorer, player of the Paris player, player of the season, top goal scorer. Not trying to brag, but I'm just, it was difficult for myself to, to take in that I can't play the same football like I was playing before.
From mum and dad's point of view, it's just a miracle that he's playing football. It doesn't matter who he plays for. It's just the fact that he's back on the pitch again.
Yeah.
Is phenomenal.
When you have been at the foundation for a number of years now, you are quite keen to pass on with what you have learnt to some of the younger players as well, who are also coming up or also just joining into the teams.
Unlucky. Then Nick and Greg.
The support has been tremendous. The coaches, I can't applaud them enough. They've just been so good with the children, not just with mine, but with everyone that Johnny goes and plays with, and especially with Tino as well.
They understand clearly the issues that Harvey has and some of the challenges he has, and they accept some of the behaviour, I guess, and just can't thank them enough, really.
Harvey, to see his progress from where he first joined to where he is now is unbelievable. He's come on so much. His personality's shone.
As one door shuts and one opens, and I went down to St George's Park and did all my assessments, and I was certified to play for England's cerebral palsy team.
Now he's on a path, which is just
I really don't know what we would do with Harvey if it wasn't for football and obviously Chelsea Foundation.
To me, football isn't just about one person playing, it's literally about everyone that takes part, and it doesn't really matter which background that you come from or where you have come from. If you literally share your same passion for football, then I feel that's all that really matters.